Hey YouTube, did everyone see what Matt Stafford's wife, Kelly Stafford, did by going on that podcast and talking about how she wanted commitment out of him and thought the best way to do that was by dealing with his backup quarterback in order to manipulate him to give her the commitment that she wanted. Um, what that was, regardless of what she thought it was that's cuckoldry or cuckoldry, right? She cucked him, plain and simple English. She cucked him. Um, if you are a man, don't let your woman cuck you. And women will do this. It doesn't matter what kind of woman they are. It doesn't matter if they're your hyena, your lioness. Shout out to you, Crimson. It doesn't matter if it just doesn't matter what kind of woman you are. The point of the matter is, women will do this because they don't have the physical force that a man does. They can't apply physical force the way men can. So their way of demonstrating power is through manipulation and influence. So they can either use this power in a positive way or in a negative way. And unfortunately, in Mrs. Stafford's case, she did this in a negative way, whether she did this knowingly or not, because her job was to make her husband look good. And by making her husband look good, make their family look good. Not embarrass him, not humiliate him, which is exactly what she did. She cucked him by mentioning how she dealt with another man publicly, which really is the main issue. It wasn't just the manipulation piece, because that was bad in and of itself. Saying, yeah, I got my husband by manipulating him to give me what I wanted, right? That's bad. Um, she might get brownie points from other women. Of course, they're dysfunctional, but that you don't do that. That's just not the right move. Okay. Um, you want commitment out of a man, then be what that man requires. Be what he needs. That's the easiest way to get and fastest way to get commitment out of any man is to be exactly what he's looking for. And I don't mean put on an act and a performance. I mean be of value to him, whatever that value may be, whatever that service may be, just as he is to do that to you. It goes both ways. You know, we value each other for different reasons. So no one needs to manipulate and it thereby force. We don't have to do that. We don't have to sing to that. And that's what she did. But what really is the baseline issue that stung was she went on a public platform and told everyone about how she dealt with a man prior to him. And not only did she deal with this man, but this man was the bad boy. We all know what that means. Everyone knows what that means. Now, she didn't say she slept with the man. She said she dated him. But this is 2024. Everyone knows what when women especially say date. They don't just mean date. We all know what that means, and that's the cucking part. That's the part. And women do this kind of stuff. And to all the men out there, especially you younger men, don't let women cuck you. Just don't let them do it. When they bring up their ex-boyfriend, right? If they're not just talking to you, like if they're talking to you about, some trials or tribulations that they've had with their ex, that's fairly normal. It's you don't want that. It's not ideal, but it's almost unavoidable in this day and age. But what they cannot do is sit in front of a bunch of people and talk about how they used to date their ex. That's cucking. It crosses a very clear line, a very clear boundary, and it is disrespectful to the highest degree. to you as the man, as the current man or husband, right? It's just not. It is not acceptable by us or to us as men. And women today just they either don't know that or they don't care to know, because these are some of the things that are just not taught anymore. And my opinion on cuckoldry is you don't sign up for that kind of stuff. When you see a woman kind of veer in this direction as if she wants to cuck you, right? Um, you stay away from her. You're dating a woman, she has you paying for dates, which, by the way, I would suggest you don't. You just don't do stuff like that anymore. It's not. This is not the 1950s. It's not even the 1970s. You don't pay for any dates. Save that for a woman who is your actual woman, right? Um, but don't pay for dates, because you have to assume that the woman you're taking out on a date is sleeping with some man, and that's another form of cuckoldry, right? Some man gets to bang it out and clap cheeks, quote unquote, and you're over here footing the bill for her meal. That's cucking. No matter how you slice it, it's all cucking. Stay away from the act of cuckoldry and stay away from women that have a history of doing this with men. That's married man advice 101.